morning all of you. The continuation of the philosophy of the Constitution. Okay, preamble. Now we are going to learn about the preamble. So what is the meaning of the preamble? Preamble.
Soul of the Constitution.
Soul of the Constitution, okay.
Index of the Constitution.
Index of the
Constitution.
okay, index of the Constitution. Preface of the Constitution.
Inside aspirations of people.
Okay. Aims and aspirations of the people, citizens. Okay. Basic structure of the Constitution.
Philosophy of the Constitution.
Okay, very good. Philosophy of the Constitution. And introduction of the Constitution. Okay. Introduction of the Constitution. So like that. Whatever you said, that almost are close to the answer of this preamble. Right here, preamble. Every constitution has a preamble, but the preamble nothing but introductory part of the that text. Introductory part of the that main text. So if you see that preamble, that introductory part, we can come to a conclusion, oh, this rest of the part of the text going to be giving these type of things and ideals and rights and privileges to the citizens. So this is nothing but we have to say introductory part of the Constitution. In simply we can say this. Okay. Actually, this preamble in the world, which Constitution has been adopted for the first time? Yes, American Constitution has been adopted the preamble as its introductory part of the Constitution. So from there onwards, each and every country they are supposed to be adapt this type of thing of the preamble to the Constitution. Likewise, we also adapted this kind of thing in the Constitution of the India. Right. American Constitution was the first to begin with the preamble. Which Constitution? American Constitution began with the preamble for the first time in the world. Next, many countries, including India, followed this practice. The rest of the countries, including India, all are going to be following the same kind of pattern of the preamble. So, a preamble is an introductory part, or introduction, or expressionary statement in a document that explains the document's purpose and underlying philosophy. So what the preamble is going to be saying, it is introductory part, introduction, before that main text of that particular text, and which we can call it is the underlying philosophy of the Constitution. We can call it is the important ideals of the Constitution, important philosophy of the Constitution. The citizens of the particular nation supposed to be supposed to be adapt all that kind of things into their administrative and lives. So that's what this is, introductory part or expressionary statement and underlying philosophy of the Indian Constitution, we can say, and we can have this type of things. Next, some statements by eminent personalities regarding the preamble of the Indian Constitution. Here some of the jurists, some of the nationalist leaders, they quoted this preamble is, what they quoted here? Identity card of the Constitution, N.A. Falkiwala. Preamble, what is the meaning of the preamble here? Preamble, it is nothing but identity card of the Constitution. Who said that? N.A. Falkiwala. N.A. Falkiwala, we have to call all these are the jurists then at that time, and that member of the parliament are eminent people in that time. So that's what, by their words, we have to take up each and every quotation or statements. Next, the preamble to our Constitution expresses what we had thought or dreamt so long. So actually, in the 1928, that Nehru report, what that Nehru report dreamt about the Constitution, the Constitution must be useful to each and every citizens, their hopes and aspirations of the each and every citizen of India. So the same kind of things has been reflected by the in the preamble. So that's what the preamble to our constitution expresses what we had thought dreamt so long. This is Sir Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. So he statemented he quoted it. Next, the horoscope of our constitution, Dr. K.M. Munshi. The horoscope of our constitution, we can call it is a horoscope. What is the meaning of the horoscope? Huh? Yeah. And this is horoscope of the constitution. It is the soul of the constitution. It is a key to the constitution. It is the soul of the constitution. It is a key to the constitution. It is a jewel set in the constitution. It is a jewel set in the constitution. It is a proper yardstick with which one can measure the worth of the constitution. This is a yardstick. Yardstick means it is nothing but a measurement. We can measure whatever the things in the constitution by this preamble. By Pandit Thakur Das Bhargava. Next, keynote of the constitution, Sir Ernest Baker. Ernest Baker, keynote of the constitution. It can be called as the keynote of the constitution. Next, preamble is the soul of our constitution, which lays down the pattern of our political society. It contains the solemn resolve, which nothing but a revolution can alter. Former Chief Justice of India, M. Hidayatullah. So all that great and eminent people, they express their view about that preamble. So preamble, nothing but all these statements, we can call it as a preamble. I can give you this one. Just important only you can write down, not all the things. Okay, now? Shall I go? Next. So this is the text of the preamble. This is the text of the preamble. Text of the preamble. So we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure its citizens, to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, and belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of the November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. When this Constitution has been given to that Constituent Assembly, 26th of November 1949. Right, this is the text of the preamble. This is the text, nothing but in the format of the poem. In the format of the poem. So these are the philosophical things in the Constitution which poured or which mentioned in the preamble, in the name of the preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens. What is the meaning of this statement? What is the sovereign? What is it?
No under the other control.
No.
Other control over India.
Yes, India should not be controlled by external affairs or external forces or external persons. So this India can be ruled by Indians by the process of the election, by the something whatever we mentioned, whatever we drafted, all the things. Next is the socialist. Socialist, we have to treat each and everyone is equally in the society. So this in the coming class, in the coming time, we will learn in the detailed manner. Secular, yes, we learned a little bit about the secular in the previous class. What is the meaning of the secular? A state cannot give importance to one religion. The state is supposed to be give the equality each and every religion. So that's what we can call it is the secular. India, it is not it is a secular country. India is a secular country because it's going to give equal priority to each and every religion in India. Suppose if you take that Hinduism, the government of India or everyone is going to be given the priority. Islam, they are going to be given the priority. Christianity, they are going to be given the priority. Next, Buddhism, they are going to give the priority. And Sikh and etc. For all the religions, the government of India, that government is going to be given the equal priority. Suppose if that Christians or Islams or Hindu, Sikhs or Buddhists, if their festivals are occur, automatically the government is going to give the holidays and let them celebrate according to their wish and will. So whatever their culture of that their religion, they are going to be enjoyed. So that is the importance and beauty of the that secularity or secular in India. Next, democratic republic. Democratic means according to a system of rules and regulations we have to follow, we have to design, we have to enjoy our power. Next here, republic. Republic means this is Republic of India. Republic of India means we ourselves elected our people through the election process. Then it can be called as the republic. And to secure to all the citizens, as well as we have to these keywords or key organs, each and every citizen is going to be secured or protected. Next, justice. What kind of justices are they? Social justice, economic justice, and political justice. But in the previous class, we learned about the social economic, not the political. Suppose if you take why justice, liberty, equality, fraternity has been mentioned again here in this preamble, because in India, before independence or before getting this constitution, supposed to be written by the authors of the constitution, then we do not have this type of equalities, liberty, fraternity, and justice. All these kind of were not mentioned, were not followed in India. So that's what the authors framed all these kind of things. Why don't we give the social justice to each and every person, economic justice, and political justice to each and every citizen of India. Each and generally, suppose if you take a person, suppose in the colleges or universities, there are aspirants. There are aspirants are there. They are supposed to be participate in the student union works or student union, whatever they are going to be doing that work for their welfare of the students or welfare of the society sometimes. So then automatically some of the students are very much interested to join into the political arena. So then what they have to do? Then the political party is supposed to give the space to that political leaders from that particular university, particular colleges. Yes, absolutely, they have to supposed to give that space to enter into that political arena. And means nothing but here, political justice. Political justice, not only that one. Suppose if take that depressed, oppressed classes in the society, we can call them in the broad term Dalits. Previously, they do not have any entrance into that political system. Not large population, but only just a little bit of the people. They are supposed to be. Moreover, that are from that strongest economically, if they are strong, they automatically enter into the political system. Now onwards, now also the same. If you wanted to join in the political system, you must have that economical sound. Without economical sound, we are not interested. We cannot jump into that political stream, or else if you join into that political stream, automatically that political party, the leaders of the political party cannot identify. They cannot identify because you are weak in the economically. Whereas in the political party, definitely it is completely depends on the economy or economic or all these wealth related things. Next, socially, justice socially, each and every person in the society, irrespective of the caste, creed, religion, they have to get the justice. Economically, whatever they wish to do, they can get it. Next, liberty of thought. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. This is what given to each and every citizen, to not only citizens, institutions and organizations also got this kind of liberty. This is what we learned. And that was the free press. Press also have this type of liberty, not only citizens. Press, they have to think freely. They have to think, express their views, and they have to believe, and they have to faith and worship according to their whatever they are going to be seeing, whatever they are going to be experiencing in the society, according to the situations they are coming and projecting each and everything through the media. Might be electronics or print media. So some political parties, some of the leaders from political parties, sometimes they are going to be attacking that journalist or that press. Why did you write against me in that newspaper, in that channel? So because having such a type of freedom or expression and thought to present each and everything in the democratic nation like India, nobody has the right to condemn, nobody has the right to criticize or beat or scolding them, because that is his rights. If it is wrong, you have to prove in the society. If it is, if you are getting doubt it is wrong, you are supposed to be going to meet that people and you have to give the explanation. No, that's not my issue. It's not my cup of tea. That people intentionally supposed to be mentioned all the kind of things in the paper or media. So such type of things also mentioned here. Next, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all. Equality here without or irrespective of caste, creed, religion, gender, place of birth. So each and every opportunity supposed to be given to them. Then only they have to prove themselves. Suppose if you take that government jobs, either UPSC state or central government, central state. So here people supposed to write SC, ST, BC, OBC, EWS, general and women, minorities. They can apply for this central government and state government jobs. That's only they had to give the permission to apply, equally apply. So being I'm Dalit or scheduled caste or scheduled tribes and EWS and minority women, you should not be scared to apply for that, because the constitution had been given the permission, the right to apply for such government jobs. But in that government jobs, you have to prove yourselves. You have to prove yourselves. I am a worthy candidate to hold the job, because through your written examination, through your interview process, then only you can jump into that public sector. So that's the type of opportunity, equal opportunity to apply, to enter into that public sector, and to do your level best to the society. So all these kind of things had been given. Fraternity, what is the meaning of the fraternity? And nowadays, if you take most of the people, they are bifurcated bifurcated on the process of the religion and caste also. They are forgetting they have all these kind of things provided in the constitution. So I belong to this religion, and I belong to this caste. I belong to this gender. Likewise, they are thinking and they are destroying the entire their life, and they getting the mutual disturbances also, mutual criticism also happening. Fraternity assuring dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of nation, unity of nation and integrity of the nation. So all these philosophical things has been mentioned in the preamble and given to the citizens of India on 26th November 1949. But it came into the effect on 26th January 1950. Then onwards, the constitution had been given to each and every citizen. The citizens supposed to be follow all these ideals, all these philosophical things to each and every person in the nation of India. But so that's what this text of the preamble has been printed in the very first page of each and every subject from 6th class to 10th class, or sometimes some books are having +1, +2, inter also. So, but we are completely ignoring this before going to reading of our academic books. Completely ignoring. Next, in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th November 1949, do hereby adapt. Now onwards we are going to be adapting this constitution, constitution, enact and give to ourselves, ourselves means to fellow citizens of India, and this constitution. So when this constitution has been adapted 26th November 1949, when it came into effect, when it came into force 26th January 1950, after 2 months of the submit of that report to the Constitution. Okay, next. Rights. The 4 important aspects can be ascertained from the above text of the preamble. The source of authority of the Constitution, it derives the authority from the people of India, where they had taken to write all that kind of things from the sources of the, from the authority, the source of authority of the Constitution. What is the source of the authority of the Constitution? It derives its authority of the people of India. From the people of India's authority, only all these sources, all these, the preamble, all that ideals, all that philosophical things has been poured into the preamble. So how we can get the doubts on how that people of India could become as the source to frame that constitution? Yes, all that based on our aspirations, our wish and our desires, our wants, our living style, what we would be in the future, what we could do in the future, what kind of things we have to do, in what kind of arenas the citizens of India can be entered. So about all such type of things mentioned in that constitution from that sources of the people of India. Next, the nature of the Indian state. It declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic polity. Polity means people. Here, Republic, India. So nature of the Indian state. What is the nature of the Indian state? Having sovereignty, having the socialistic culture or socialistic ways, secular ways, democratic ways, republic ways. All these can be called as the nature of the Indian state. All can be called as the nature of the Indian state. Next, what are the source of authority of the Constitution? Nothing but people of India. People of India, the major and great source to frame that Constitution of India. Objectives of the Constitution. It specifies justice. What are the objectives of the Constitution? What are the nature of the Constitution? What are the sources of the Constitution? Means all this. What is the objective? What are the objectives of the Constitution? Justice, liberty, equality, fraternity as the objectives. What are the objectives? Justice. Justice should be distributed equally among the citizens. Liberty also had been given to each and every citizen in India. Next, equality. Equality also has been given in all aspects. To getting the employment, to do their business, to do their profession, if they want to conduct any associations, they can make association, they frame the association. And if they want to do whatever they wish, they can. Such a type of equality has been given here. Next, on the fraternity, this is beauty, but always we are forgetting fraternity. Fraternity, we all are, that's what here that constitution saying that. We the people of India, we the people of India, we the people of India, not I the people of India, I the person of India. We the people of India. That's what the fraternity. The fraternity as the objectives. A date of the adoption of November 26, 1949. Okay. Next. Let me give the key important terms of the preamble. Sovereign. What is the meaning of this sovereign? It implies India is neither A dependency neither dependency nor domain of any other nation, but an independent state. Neither dependence nor domain of any other nation. It is not dependent by any other nation. No nation can come and control the nation of India, because we have that independent state, or we got that independence. So that's what we are not going to be depending on anyone's vision, will and support, or his external support. Next, members of this Commonwealth of India are union member, United Nations. Membership does not diminish its sovereignty. Members of, suppose then after getting that independence, automatically we have to take that membership of the Commonwealth. Commonwealth means, what is the meaning of Commonwealth? Commonwealth nations. What is the meaning of the Commonwealth nations?
Regions which are ruled by British.
Wonderful. How many nations are there? 53 or 48? Right. Nearly 48. Not that much. 48 states, countries are there. All were ruled by Britishers. So that's what. All that, when they got the independence and the republic, they formed as the Commonwealth nations. But here, when India got that independence, automatically it also joined in that group of the Commonwealth, like how G20, G7, G10, G12, like that. Here also Commonwealth nations. Next, socialist. The term was added through 42nd Amendment Act of the 1976. The term socialist, before that 1976, the preamble of the Constitution does not have the socialist term, but it added in the year of 1976. Why? Because in the year of 1975 and 76, what happened in India? Emergency had occurred. So because of emergency, then the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi supposed to be measure this word socialist. We are not separated. We all, each and everyone is equal here. We should not be bifurcated based on that religion, caste, and some other issues. So that's what by 42nd of the Constitution amendment of the Constitution, that the socialist word, the word of the socialist has been emerged and merged. However, various provisions in the Constitution existed that indicated the socialist nature of our Constitution. For example, directive principles of the state policy. Directive principles of the state policy, we can call them in the short form DPSPs. However, various provisions in the Constitution existed that indicated that socialist nature. Socialist nature means directive principles of state policy, DPSPs. But DPSP is supposed to be implemented by the central government. But these do not have any they do not have any rights, compulsory rights, supposed to be mentioned like fundamental rights. But these are the unlike of the fundamental rights. If the fundamental right is violated by anyone or any institution, you can go to the court and you can get back your fundamental. But here, unlike DPSPs, never get back, because these are not the justiciable. So that's what, if the government or if the state is going to be supposed to be implemented of all this kind of socialistic principles, then only they can implement. If the government intentionally failed to implement all these DPSPs, we do not have any right to provision to approach the court or High Court or Supreme Court. Sir, that the government of the state or central government are not going to be implementing all these kind of things, please you can take action. Then the court can simply say us, we do not have any right to impose any restrictions to that government, because all these are the DPSPs, and DPSPs do not have justices. If the DPSP is supposed to be implemented or given to the citizens, then the government, then the state has to think and give or provide and implement all these socialistic principles. Next, the Congress party adopted the resolution supporting socialism away back in 1955. The Congress party adopted. Okay, before 1955, our leaders, our citizens, our nationalist leaders, they ignored this socialism. But after that, the Congress party had adopted socialism is very important to the nation of India, like India, the nation like India. It needs socialism, because in socialism only we can be equally get all the things and equally treated each and every citizen. Then there could be no discrimination, then could be no any domination by one caste to another, one religion to another. Next, Indian style of this socialism is a democratic socialism. Both the public and private enterprises is encouraged. But whereas in the same kind of socialism, if you take that Russia, but this had been taken from that Russia. But here in India, we have that state of that public and private enterprises is encouraged in the socialism. Generally, socialism will be under the control of the government, and socialism only supposed to be given to the public. But here, our constitution is mixed, and this is our economy is mixed economy. Our economy is mixed economy. Yes or no? Our economy is mixed or what? Mixed economy. So here, public, we are going to give the public plus private entrepreneurs or private persons. So when this type of mixed things are there, we have to follow such type of things in all the spheres of the socialism, in all the spheres of each and every kind of the things in the democratic socialism. So that's what in the public and the private enterprises also encouraged in India. As opposed to communist socialism, the state decides everything under the sun concerning the distribution and uses of the resources. So here, completely our people against that communist socialism. But where is the communist socialism in India, in the world? China. China completely following that communist socialism. Communist socialism means, suppose if there are the resources also there. Resources. What are the resources? Human resource, natural resource, and etc. Suppose if there are the natural resources. Suppose if you go to the villages, each and every farmer in every village, generally 1 or 2 or 3, maximum 5 farmers could have more than 20 or 30 acres. 20 to 20 above acres they could have. But whereas the rest of the people, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or some they do not have. But all that their own property, all that properties, all that lands belongs to only that a particular. Suppose a farmer, he has 50 acres. He has 50 acres. These 50 only restricted to him. These owned. He won all these 50 acres. But nobody has the right, even that system, even that government do not have any right to take back that 50 acres from A. Because that kind of provision had been given to the citizens of India under the social, under this socialism, democratic socialism. But whereas, so that's what here we have the right to get or buy or earn whatever property, whatever you wish. But all our belongs to us. But whereas in the communist socialism, in the communist nations like China, there that property should not be given to one single person to own that. They do not have such a right, because they have the right to take up that as a tenant for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 years. but the person is not a real owner of that particular property, particular land of 50 or 10 or 20 acres. After his tenure time is over, automatically that land belongs to that government. Government can assign the same land to another tenant. Another tenant come and do his work in that land. But whereas here, so that's what, suppose if you take that China, that's why China has developed immensely compared to India. But China got independence after 1 year of India. We got 1947, they got 1948. But now it is second largest economy in the world. The first or second largest armed force in the world. It is going to be give the equal competition to America. After America, one and only the strongest and the greatest and wealthiest nation in the world is China. Because they had framed all these things like this. They framed like this. So, likewise, suppose if you take in India, there are some farmers are there, just in village contains 1,000 people or 1,000 households are there in a village. Contains nearly only 10 people or 50 plus acres. 10 people, 50 plus acres. Only this 50 plus acres, nearly 1,000, just to think about 1,000 people, nearly 900 people are going to be work in that fields of those having 50 acres of the 10 members. But whereas here in China, but in the not only China, the communist socialism, there are 1,000 people are there. There are a lot of properties are there. Suppose there are 1,000 acres are there. 1,000 acres are there. If you are willing to buy, if you are willing to take up as a tenant of that 100 acres, you can take up that 100 acres. 100 acres you have to take up there. Take up unto that is that tenure only 2 or 5 years. After the 2 to 5 years, you supposed to be get back. You supposed to hand over that to that nation. And here in that 1,000 acres, all these 1,000 supposed to do work. If they are experts in that working of, if they have skill to do that work, whatever that assigned there. Okay. Likewise here in this countries are communist countries following all these kind of things. Next, to come to here, this Indian socialism is a blend of Marxist and Gandhian socialism with a heavy learning towards the latter. So the blend of the economy also, it is a mixed economy, and whereas socialism also, it's blended with the Marxism and Gandhism. Based on all these kind of things, we frame the constitution. So we are not going to be restricted on particular people, but we are going to be liberally on all the issues given to each and every citizen in India. Okay. Next, come to secular.